Menopause fatigue can make you feel so drained, so depleted that you literally have to push yourself to eat. And some days chewing feels like a workout in and of itself, right? So what if I told you that there is a way to eat without cooking that also helps to level the playing field that is menopause? Because clearly menopause is not playing by anybody's official rules. So many of us over 40, I'm 54, we are working, taking care of children, young and adult, and being responsible for our aging parents. By the time we get to the end of the day, cooking is the last thing we have on our minds. But we do realize and recognize that during and postmenopause, it doesn't leave room for us to be as lax as we used to be in our 20s and our 30s. See, in our 20s and our 30s, we could opt to not eat, go to sleep, wake up, and be like bouncing off the walls, still good. Or we could eat a cheeseburger, salad, have a smoothie, whatever, go to sleep, wake up, and we feel fine. Now, during this phase of life, if we just eyeball a peanut or an almond, we literally have restless nights of sleep. This season of life, though it has some perks, it absolutely has some things that if I could gut, I'd gut them out. I really would. Not eating during this phase of life in a very strategic way actually is a huge contributor to the weight gain that we have, the low energy that we have, the mood swings that we experience, the anxiety, and an increase of the already ever-present menopause symptoms that we are experiencing. So the question becomes, do we have to sacrifice good, healthy eating during this phase of life when our body so needs that kind of nourishment? Can we have both healthy and easy even when we are too tired to cook? I say absolutely we can, and I'm going to show you how. Now, mind you, none of these meals are fancy. They will in no way win you a trophy, a prize, or a placing on top shelf. They will not. But what they will do is they will give you just enough energy to go to sleep and sleep restfully, where you are at least getting into one state of REM sleep. Wake up and not feel so lethargic, and you can think clear-headedly to begin to make good decisions throughout the day, decisions that will give you more energy so that by the end of that day, perhaps you'll have a little bit more energy to eat in a way that is in alignment with your goals, your beliefs, your health status, whatever those things are. These meals are functional, affordable, and suitable for this phase of life. On the days you feel more up to something elaborate, have at it. But on those days when you are running on fumes, let these be your go-to. Okay, meal option number one. If your budget allows, look into your local grocery store or local restaurants. Look at their catering menus. You would be surprised at stores like Myers, Jewel's, Kroger's, Whole Foods, Whole Paycheck, Chipotle, Portillo's, any local restaurant that you enjoy that you like eating at. Their catering menu has options on there that are very affordable that will extend throughout a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and actually they freeze well, so you can pull them out the freezer whenever you need it on those moments. When you look at those options, go for a good quality protein and a good vegetable source. During my chronic fatigue phase, I was very aware of the fact that I was not able to cook the way I wanted to, the way I needed to for my family. They had health challenges. So for mom not to be able to go into the kitchen, to have the energy to go into the kitchen, to cook the things that they needed in a way that was going to be nourishing and healing for them, that was very anxiety provoking for me. And that did not help the state that I was already in. So Mariano's, that became my place to go. They have this marinated grilled chicken, and they had, what was it? It was a roasted tomato Brussels sprout side dish. And in doing that, I'm saying all of this, meal one, without preferencing the fact I'm saying it like it's a given, but always pre-plan during those times when you have a little bit more energy. Pre-plan and shop and have these things on hand in your house at all times. Just have them there, ready and available. And before I go on, let's talk about the elephant in the room, microwave. I know, right? When you are so fatigued that breathing becomes optional for you, you're like, yeah, I don't even want to breathe no more. Then going through the studies of what it says about a microwave and giving yourself just enough to sustain, I'm going to say give yourself a pass on it. Have some grace, have some compassion, and allow yourself, if you need to use the microwave. And you're already in a state of fatigue. Stressing yourself about little things like a microwave usage once or twice a week for a period of time, that stress is not worth it. Pop it in the microwave, eat the food, feel better. Moving on. Meal 2 is a bit easier than the first one because this one actually does not require you to heat anything up, but it will require you to have on hand cans of Safe Catch tuna. Safe Catch tuna is not the tuna we grew up with. It is not the tuna that our aunties used to make with all that mayonnaise and the relish and slap it between the Wonder Bread and give it to us, and it looked like, what in the, thank you, auntie, right? The thing that makes safe catch tuna so much more classy or elevated is the fact that it is prepared in its own oils, okay? So when you open up the can and you see the oils in there, unlike other tunas, I'm not going to name their names, but you know what I'm talking about with the green label. The oils in this tuna, you want to mix all of that in with the tuna. Those oils, good sources of fatty acids. It has all of the nutrients inside of it, and it's just enough where it's not making the tuna all mealy-like. Add your little salt, your little pepper. You can add a little mayo if you want to make you a sandwich that way. Eat it with toast, pop it on top of a salad, straight out the can. At this age, those good healthy fats that come from seafood, we need those. Those feel good to us, okay? Because during this phase of life, I don't know if you know it or not, things get dry, like all over, from the eyes to the ears, the mouth, the throat, the woo-ha-ha, all of it. It gets a little dry. So it needs a little help from the inside. And it's just one of those ways to make that happen. Now, not a fan of tuna? No worries. I got you. Well, I don't have you. Trader Joe's has you. Trader Joe's has this can of lightly smoked applewood salmon. When I tell you that little pinkish tin has me in a chokehold, I am eating that on days when I do have energy. It's that good. And if tuna or salmon isn't your thing, maybe it's sardines, maybe it's, what's that other one that I like? Mackerel. Maybe it's mackerel. I mean, really, we're tired. So we don't want to put extra things on our plate because we're already juggling so much. For meal option number 3, you can add to your tuna, your salmon, your mackerel, your sardines, whatever canned item you have. You can add to that some hard-boiled eggs. Or you can just eat those hard-boiled eggs as is with a little bit of salt and pepper and a dash of hot sauce on it. That in and of itself is a meal. I hear you, Tressey. I know it only takes 5 to 7 minutes, but I don't even have the time and the energy to do that. So we're going to give you back a little bit of your time, right? On your grocery list for the week, add onto your list pre-made hard-boiled eggs. On a day when you do have some energy, pre-boiled 6 eggs to have in the refrigerator on hand when you need it. Every week on the days when we have energy, we want to prepare for when we don't. We never know when it's going to happen. There is no shame in purchasing some of the things that you need that are already made that are convenient for your use. During menopause, we need to give ourselves permission to accept the conveniences that are available to us and stop doing everything so dang on hard. Meal option number 4, don't sleep on shrimp cocktails. Don't sleep on them. Shrimp cocktails, not just for holiday parties. Did you know that 3 ounces of shrimp, about 8 to 15 shrimp, depending on the size, that is a whopping 33% grams of protein. Yay! Because we need all the protein we can get during this phase of life. We absolutely do. We need all the help. The thing about cocktail shrimp that makes them so effortless is that they don't require any heating whatsoever. No. Pop open the packet, enjoy. Dip them in a little cocktail sauce if you want to, enjoy. Chop them up or throw them into a salad, enjoy. Got a side of vegetables already, put them next to them, enjoy. Cannot go wrong with shrimp cocktail. It's an easy meal and it's a smart one. Much smarter than abandoning our basic needs, which further aggravates our internal net. Ready for meal option number 5? Maybe you're not into having animal protein before bed. No worries. There is no policy that I'm aware of that says the last meal of the day, of the night, has to be cooked and plated just so. So why not have a cup of Greek yogurt with some sprinkles of cinnamon on top with a little drizzle of honey? Or this one is a little bit more unconventional. Warm up a cup of bone broth and look for bone broth. Read the ingredients where it has at least 10 grams of protein and pair it with a small bag of trail mix. Just one package. Don't go crazy with those nuts, okay? They are good, but they're very calorically dense, and you're going to be all kinds of mad and upset with me talking about this girl got me out here eating trail mix, and now I'm getting on a scale 3 days later and I'm feeling some kind of way. So remember, we are eating just enough to give us the energy that we need to go to sleep, because you need energy, just enough energy to go to sleep and sleep well without the aches and the pains and the restlessness, right? Without the cortisol and energy spikes and dips that happens, cortisol, insulin, one of those, without those spikes happening when you're sleeping, so that you wake up and you feel like, okay, I can greet the day versus, oh no, I need to go back to sleep. I don't want to deal with anything that's going on in the day, right? That's what these meals are designed to do. That's it, nothing else. We do not want to let menopause fatigue rob us of our nourishment. You still deserve to have food that supports and nourishes you, even when you are tired as all get up. And to help others on this energy struggle bus, share your favorite no effort meal in the comments section below, because we can get through this roughness together.